Okay, this video is going to be very similar to the previous video, except that we're going to be using, instead of solid shapes, uh, not solid shapes. So in other words, what I've done is I've selected a stroke color, and I've selected no fill color. That in the upper right hand corner, that X'd out fill color. So no fill color, so that when I draw a rectangle or an oval, I get nothing inside. Switch over to the selection tool with V, delete all that stuff. Okay, so I'm going to draw a female character and start off with just a rectangle. Going to draw like a little skirt here, switch to the selection tool, and bring in like a little waistline here. Okay, I'm going to use the line tool, which is in on the keyboard, and I'll show you one thing you can do here is I'm being kind of drawing over where I want the lines to be. I'll draw some feet here also. This will be very odd looking feet, but that's okay. Then I'll get my selection tool and I'll get those points that went over, and I can zap them like that, and then I can bend out these shoes, whoops, so they don't look quite so blocky, and I can put a little bit of a bend there, so that looks a lot better. And then I can select that foot. I can hold down Option and drag to copy it. I can go up to the Modify menu and do a Transform Flip Horizontal, and I quickly then have another foot to put up there, and I can zoom in a bit here to make sure that those lines are getting across the border. Yeah, so they're intersecting. Okay, so that's looking good. And then I'll use actually kind of looking at this, seems like maybe this is a little bit high, so I'll use my sub-selection tool to grab those top 2 points and then kind of bring them down a little bit. Looks like maybe we have kind of a wide stance now, so I'll grab everything on the right side with the sub-selection tool, all of those points on the right side. Again, I'm hitting A to get my sub-selection tool, and I'll bring them in towards. Okay, so now the feet don't look quite so big in comparison with the skirt. And I'll use my line tool here again to start drawing a like a little blouse here. And it's okay that it's a little bit blocky right now. I'll hold down Shift to draw a straight line here, and then what I can do is grab my selection tool, do essentially exactly what I did down below, is select this, hold down Option to copy, do a Modify, Transform Flip Horizontal, and then the left side will end up looking exactly like the right side. More or less, anyhow. Okay. And again, there are a few little imperfections here that I can take my selection tool and kind of clean up. But pretty close, pretty close. And don't know if you can hear my dog shaking his collar there. Kind of distracting. Oh well. Give her a arm. Looks kind of stubby, but you know, It works. And there's another arm. It's just for a tutorial, guys. It's okay. It's kind of stubby arms, but what can you do? Here, if I wanted to do like a little bit of a, oops, shoot, did something wrong on my keyboard there. A little bit of a V-neck or something with the character here. I could do that. I'm holding down Option with my selection tool to get a extra point there. Okay. And here, if I wanted to quickly do some hair, I could actually create kind of a rectangle to start out with, and then use the selection tool to bend it out. To some degree. So it's kind of starting to look like hair. Get my line tool for a neck. And I can take my selection tool later on and kind of smooth all this stuff out. But this gives you a pretty basic character shape. Go do a little smile there. Switch over to the selection tool. Make it a smile. Do just a little nose line here. Okay, if I zoom out, it looks like her head is like way too small, but it's not a big deal in Flash. You can grab some points, do a well, you know what you can do is do a free transform here. Just kind of increase the size of the head a bit. And tidy things up. So Flash is it's really pretty forgiving and pretty powerful, flexible as far as the drawing tools go. So yeah, that looks better. Okay, so that is our female character. Now I select the entire thing, right click, and convert it to a symbol. Call this female. Okay, there she is in my library now, and I'm ready to move on.